Well, Danny, speaking of kicking people out of wrestling and
Yes.
and Impact Wrestling.
An impactful kick out.
An impactful kick out
There you go.
to a diamond in the sport.
Ooh, like that. Look at that segue right there. Yeah, so you must be talking about Tessa Blanchard, I'm guessing.
What happened with Tessa Blanchard, Danny?
So,
Gee,
I guess a few days ago, Impact Wrestling, that they released Tessa Blanchard from her contract and stripped her of the Impact World Championship. And Philip, do you have more about the story as well, or from what you've been able to read about that?
Well, what I've seen, and I just found out about her attitude problems, like in January when that whole thing was going on before she won the title. She was asked to send in promos to kind of hype up the Slammiversary main event, and she just didn't do it. Yeah. She was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And so they've come to terms with, they just fired her, and I don't think they're going to get the belt back. She's going to pull a Shawn before WrestleMania 10.
Just hold on to it. So, yeah, as Phil just mentioned, so apparently she's been in Mexico during this whole time during the pandemic. Her and her fiancé live down there. And
who's also still under contract with
I was going to say, he's on a contract too. So, yeah, Slammiversary, their equivalent of WrestleMania, is coming up July 18th. And obviously she's supposed to be in a 5-way match for the Impact World Championship. And since she can't attend the tapings, they asked her to film some promo videos. She didn't send any of those in. Apparently, I heard one thing, there might have been a disagreement of how much she was going to get paid to do that stuff. And that's just one rumor. But nonetheless, it's
what I was reading was that her contract is starting to come up.
Yes.
And she wanted to work her contract into coming back and dropping the title, which is a no-no.
And that's the thing. It's her contract, I think, is supposed to expire June 30th. Slammiversary is July 18th. So I think they were trying to work out a working deal for, I guess, an extra almost 3 weeks.
Some sort of extension.
Yeah. And then with that being said, the plan all along was her to eventually drop the title at Slammiversary, and then she'll be on her way after that. So unfortunately, she's on her way a month out from Slammiversary.
So unless she's going to pull the Stan Hansen stunt. FedEx the title. She will probably
runs it over the track.
Runs it over with her pickup truck and just with the mud track marks on it and just ship it FedEx.
Who hires her now though?
And because that's the thing.
WoW Superheroes is gone. She has WWE passed on her for clearly not ability. So AEW passed on her.
And that's the thing. So it's now, this just is another adds to the running list of her as a person, her behavioral issues. Philip, as you said, earlier this year, there were the accusations of just some racist stuff that she said in the locker room and some bullying.
Yeah, I met her at an APW show. She was super nice, but then Brandon, my co-host from the Bulletcast, he brought up that, hey man, Hogan was probably nice to black people, but then given what we know now, so... It's just a whole thing, and it's unfortunate. Very promising career. Like she's 24, so she's my age, and she's that good. The ceiling can only go so far. It's unfortunate.
Well, it's just also you got to think about it this way. Yeah, she's 24. It sounds like she's just a very immature person because I think because she originally was working with NXT or tryouts years ago, but they let her go because of some quote behavioral issues or attitude issues. Even there was a rumor once allegedly.
They tried her out for years as an extra too. In the background, you would see her. I remember when the bar was going to break up after when they became the bar.
Yeah,
and they're at a bar together. There's a girl that's looking at Cesaro in the background, and I recognize that was Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, really?
She was in the background there. You've seen her on NXT when it was strictly on the network.
Yeah,
she had been around here and there, and part of Adam Rose's Rosebuds.
Yep,
but. She's a great in-ring performer.
Totally.
She did compete at the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, so she has a connection there, but allegedly, I guess when her and Ricochet were dating, she stormed the Performance Center once and was wanted to speak to him or something, got into an argument. I mean, that's another rumor that I heard as well. So she definitely, there's some questions about her attitude, and it's unfortunate. When you build up that reputation, you become a bad apple. There's a lot of people who don't want to invest in that anymore. So for her, because of the situation, and that's the thing that sucks is I wish she could have been a better employee for Impact Wrestling because you got to think about it. They stood by her earlier this year.
They pushed her.
Yes, despite
When you've got a roster that's got Ken Shamrock or Moose,
yes,
they make her the world champion.
Exactly. When, despite those accusations, they still went through with that storyline, let her defeat Sami Callihan, become world champion. So you would think she would be a little more grateful for Impact for standing by.
She said, "My dad's a horseman. I don't have to listen to you."
I know. She probably, I mean, you know, and what her stepdad.
And then she threw up the 4 and walked away.
Yeah, and her stepdad, Magnum TA as well. So, but no, it sucks because you would think she would have want to maybe do a better job with Impact, but I guess their relationship with the two have been very.
Anytime any of these things have happened, no one's ever come to her aid and defended her. So
that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's what happens next, as Richard, as you pointed out, like where does she go? I mean, WWE already dealt with her once and obviously realized and think that she has some issues. Impact obviously just let her go. AEW, you would think that might be a logical choice, but I know recently they banned Hogan and Linda Hogan from AEW.
They tried her out when they did All In.
That's right.
They hire her after that. So
well, that's the thing. It's like
she already signed to Impact once AEW started.
She's had a new contract since, hasn't she?
I'm not exactly sure on the logistics. But,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She would help their women's division. Don't get me wrong, because they need some work.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's the one thing AEW needs
to make over.
Yeah, or just an improvement is their women's division.
Their woman.
But I'm just saying, it's. I wish. I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, AEW can't. I don't think necessarily wants to sign her because of those accusations of racist talk. You don't want to be a hypocrite considering what you just said earlier this year or a couple months ago, or banning Hogan and Linda Hogan for their comments.
Yeah, and then I think Cornette got banned also.
So they're banning everyone. Everyone that's said something bad, they're gone.
Yeah. So I mean,
so I don't know. I don't know what Tessa Blanchard does now at this point. I mean, it's not like she can go do some indie work. There's no indie shows going on right now because of the pandemic. So I don't know, Tessa Blanchard. Maybe she's just gonna hide out in Mexico.
I mean, that's exactly.
That's the only choice.
The logical is Mexico or Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
so, she's got a rep in Japan. You know, the racist allegations happened in Japan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a U.S. locker room.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and Stardom.
Yeah. So, you know, Mexico's the logical choice, and they've stood behind people that have said and done bad things. I mean, look at
Del
Sexy
Rio
Star with intentionally breaking that girl's arm.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
And there's video of that. It's not something that you heard secondhand from the locker room.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, moving forward, what's next for Tessa Blanchard? I think hopefully, as Philip, as you said, she's 24 years old. So hopefully she will, learn from this and get a little more mature and smarten up and realize, listen, all these bad things are happening to you for a reason. You're the issue here. Obviously, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out how to improve this. Like you got to change your attitude, or pretty much you're gonna blackball yourself completely from the wrestling business because the biggest company in the world doesn't want to deal with you. AEW, I would imagine, doesn't want to be affiliated with her. Impact, you just lost that. So your options, especially during a pandemic, is very slim at this point.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think Tessa Blanchard, hopefully moving forward, can learn from this and just become a better person and just mature. It's like, damn, you're 24 years old and you're already shooting yourself in the foot so many times. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the other big issue this week coming out, and
hold on. So who replaces her in the match then?
Oh, for Slammiversary?
Question marks.
I don't know.
Michael Elgin's out.
Oh yeah, that's right. So speaking of the Speaking Out movement, Michael Elgin's also been released from Impact Wrestling. So that's 2/5 of the 5-way match for Slammiversary. Because now left over is Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, and
Eddie Edwards.
So yeah, do you throw Moose in the Vault, who's now the current TNA?
You got to throw him in there.
TNA champion.
Winner take all.
Well,
exactly.
And you were saying to me that the WWE releases are up, a few days before?
So it's 90 days. So the big bloodbath that was the WWE releases, that happened on tax day, April 15th. So 3 months later will be July 15th. Slammiversary is July 18th. So just 3 days later. So Impact Wrestling theoretically can bring anyone they want from those layoffs on Slammiversary weekend. So
put the title on Heath. Do it.
Well, and they've been teasing, and so has he, that we potentially could be getting Bully Ray back in Impact.
Yes.
And with Gallows and Anderson looming, Gallows was a part of Aces and Eights with Bully.
Yeah.
Which could they restart and do some new version of Aces and Eights? Put the title on Bully, because Bully was the last great champion that they had.
Man,
I don't know. Dicey.
Well, okay. I'm curious what people think of Aces and Eights as a stable. I know you're a big fan of it.
I loved it.
You loved it too?
I did.
I remember tuning in. God, what was that?
2013.
13? Yeah. So
end of 2000, right around 2014 when it broke
was like
off.
a 9-month line story
Yeah.
arc, and it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, I mean, they could easily maybe try to bring that back somehow.
You've got Heath Slater, like you said. and Heath, I think, has been underrated for a long time.
Yeah.
But also EC3, who's also a former world champion.
They just played his music after a moose match.
I heard that.
I was
Yeah.
going to say the trouble.
I love that.
I heard that.
See, listen, I'm really shocked how much impact I've been learning the last couple of weeks. Like, because of, I feel like we've been at home more and I've been watching more wrestling. I was like, you know what? Slammiversary's coming up. I want to maybe watch it, maybe do a review on it. So, I need to watch the weekly episodes of Impact.
It's going to be very interesting to see what they do.
And that's the thing. Like, is it going to be a complete train wreck or is it going to be awesome because of all the surprises that they're going to bring into it?
I don't know. What happens to RVD? He was a part of that cancel culture thing with Ryan.
Go back to
being a stoner?
Hell yeah. And
The
just
whole effing show.
Go back to hanging out with Sabu.
bring him back. Or him and Ken Shamrock should just like do
I'll take that.
Yeah, just
I'd
keep
love
going. So no, it's gonna be interesting, Slammiversary. So I definitely want to watch Slammiversary. Maybe do a review for it right after. So it's gonna be interesting. I know like Rusev or the Bulgarian flag was teased in one of the video packages. AKA was it going by Miro now? So it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna do at Slammiversary. They're doing a lot of last minute scrambling with all the video editing that they gotta cut out. So it's gonna be, like I said, really.
What's cool too is if you kind of look at the people that did get let go and they go to TNA, they're not WWE guys, but they were TNA guys first. Gallows, Eric Young, EC3. If Bully does go, Bully. So it doesn't look like if they go to AEW, then AEW just picked up all of WWE's leftovers. No, these were TNA Impact guys.
Going back to their roots.
Just going home.
Yeah. So I'm all for that. It does make a stable of the old TNA
it's good
versus
star power.
Yeah, star power. But like, I know it was earlier this year they were going to do.
Would be better.
Well, weren't they also going to do like a TNA versus Impact show?
Yes.
But I don't think
WrestleMania weekend, wasn't it?
But it didn't happen. Yeah, it was supposed to be in April, but it didn't happen because of the pandemic. So maybe they can do it now and they can jumpstart that. That'll be cool. But it'll be interesting.